Welcome to the CloudSoda Solution Overview. CloudSoda is a data management platform that provides unparalleled visibility and control of an organization's unstructured data. From edge to core to cloud, we provide AI data management, analytics, mobility, and protection for all of your unstructured data, regardless of storage vendor, cloud, or tier. CloudSoda achieves this by using a central controller to communicate with edge locations, allowing visibility and control of data wherever it lives. This controller allows you to search for, group, and move data on demand or by policy. Let me show you how it works. From the moment I log on to my CloudSoda controller, I'm able to gain valuable insight into my data, from what storages are most active, to how much cold data do I have, to how do my storage systems look. If I need to know more about any of my file-based systems or object-based systems, all I need to do is click. From here, I can see all the information about the storage, from how much capacity it has available, to how many files are sitting on it, to how is the data trending over a period of time. I can also see statistics about my files, such as how big each file is, when was the last time the data was modified, and so on. Now, that's all fantastic, but what makes CloudSoda really unique is that instead of at a single individual system level, I can show you everything about my data from one pane of glass. So this is everything I have connected to my environment, and from here, I'm able to search and filter any of my data. If I need to find data, for example, that is sitting on my SMB or NFS shares, well, all I need to do is select those two as my source storages. If I need to then find data that is duplicated and is also not accessed in over a year, well, then I can go ahead and say I want to find data that's only duplicated on these systems that hasn't been accessed in a date that was 1 year ago today. I then apply that filter and I'm able to see that data, where it sits, what extensions it has, who owns it, and if I need to see the files and folders that relate to this query, all I need to do is click on the folders or the files button. From here, I can go in, I can see each individual file that matches my query. I can jump into that file to see more detail, such as how much size is it consuming? How much is it costing me monthly to store it where it's at? Are there any duplicates of this data anywhere on-prem or in the cloud? And if I need to, I can also take action. So let's say I know this copy of the data is not needed. Well, I can tell CloudSoda to add a tag to it, remove a tag, or simply copy or move it to a new location. This can also be done on a more bulk level. Let's say I know that all of this data is stale and I just need to move it somewhere cheap and deep away from my expensive on-prem storage. Well, I can go in and do a bulk select of the data and tell it to move off to AWS Deep Archive as an example. I can also track data across different silos. What we have found is that most of the time, data doesn't just sit on one single storage. You have a backup, you have an archive, you have a ransomware defense copy. And so, how do you track those assets? How do you track how much they're costing you and their utilization? That's why CloudSoda has a projects feature that allows you to essentially go in and, using my marketing team as an example, track all of their different storages and how much it's costing you. In this case, my marketing team has different shares and storage locations on 4 different storage devices. I can see that's costing me $2,153 monthly. And if I need to do bill back, show back to show them, hey, this is your data, this is where it's sitting, this is how much it's costing, I can go in, I can show them all of their files, all of their folders, all the analytics, and I can even print them off a PDF to show them or executives exactly what the system looks like. In addition to projects, I can also run advanced reporting on my data to identify duplicate data that sits between two individual environments, unique data, or run automated search queries. Let's take that first example. I can go in and I can see all of my files and folders that are sitting on my NFS and SMB exports that have a copy in AWS. Here's all of my files and all of my folders. If I need to see them, all I need to do again is click the search icon. I can see them and all of their details. From here, I can again take action if needed. Let's say though that I need to automate this data movement though. I don't want to have to go in every few days and find specific data to move. I just want it to automatically move on its own. In that case, I can jump over to the Orchestration tab. From here, I'm able to see all of my storages, as well as make jobs and policies to move my data on demand or on a schedule. If I need to make a policy to move data, all I need to do is click the Create Policy button, and then I can select my source and target. In this example, I'm going to be taking data from my NFS export, and I'm going to be moving any data that hasn't been touched in 2 years to AWS Deep Archive. Since this is an archive, I want to actually move the data instead of just copying it, and I'll go ahead and add in a rule that says I only want to move data that hasn't been accessed in over 730 days. I can then set this on a schedule to run on a cron expression or on a calendar expression. In this case, I'll say daily. And if I want to, I can go ahead and preview what it would look like for this move to take place. As you can see, if I actually move this data, I'd be moving about 11 terabytes. It would take me about 1 day, 2 hours, and 29 minutes to move it based off of the bandwidth I have available. And if I moved it, I would see cost savings of $107 each month. Let's flip this around though. Let's say I want to make a one-time job that takes data out of AWS Deep Archive and brings it back on-prem. I can then run over and do the same preview again and see that even though I am just pulling 4 terabytes of data out, it's going to take me about 23 hours, and the repatriation fees are going to cost me $522. This ability to know before you go is exceptionally powerful, and combined with the abilities of moving data from any point A to any point B and gaining insight into all of your data, no matter where it sits, is what makes CloudSoda so powerful. A final feature is the CloudSoda AI Data Assistant. Simply put, we've integrated with different LLMs such as ChatGPT, Claude, and Copilot to give you the ability to ask questions about your storage, forecast movements, as well as optimize your data workflow. As an example, I'll ask my AI Data Assistant to give me a summary report of my storage. It'll then return a report about my storage, showing me exactly what is being used and what's not. It'll show me my monthly costs, and it'll give me recommendations. I can also ask it things like, would it be better to move to Cloud A or Cloud B? Just give it a quick scenario, and it will tell you all of the different costs modeled out in front of you and give you a recommendation. You can also do things like have it give you a forecast report, and it will provide that. You can ask it even questions like, how do I save 10% on my storage? And it will give you a strategy and give you recommendations on how to achieve that goal. Thank you for listening. Connect with us at cloudsoda.io or scan the QR code to talk to me directly.